Hi, this is Johnny Bruce. You are listening to Afterlife Conversations. Imagine the space where spirit speaks, science listens, and the invisible becomes real. In this podcast, we explore the profound connections between our world and the next. I will be your guide on this journey of discovery, healing, and understanding. Each episode, we delve into the stories behind my guided meditations, revealing the messages from those who have crossed over and the wisdom they share with us. Consciousness is one of the deepest mysteries in both science and philosophy. I would like to add another layer of complexity, and that is whether all sentient beings have consciousness. I suppose the question you're thinking about is why I would even pose these questions. I gave a mediumship reading for a woman named Erica. While conducting the reading, a horse that had passed many years ago came to bring her a message. The horse was able to share that he lived in a small corral on her grandparents' acreage. I was able to describe the lean-to the horse slept under and the surrounding trees. Erica was able to validate this and remember the horse. The horse anticipated when she would come to visit when she was a child. The horse described her running to the fence and petting him even before she hugged her grandparents. The horse was very appreciative of the attention Erica gave him. He described the relationship as the highlight of his life. Before I tell you how the reading ended, let's go back to my questions I introduced at the beginning of the podcast. Based on this experience, I can easily say the horse was a sentient being by having the capacity to experience sensations and feelings such as pain, pleasure, and loneliness. The horse had the ability to have affective experiences. But what about consciousness? While there is no single universally accepted definition, there are a few perspectives. One, as the internal experience, is often described as what it is like to be something. When you smell coffee, see the color red, or feel a sharp pain, you aren't just processing data, you are having a subjective experience. Philosopher David Chalmers famously distinguished consciousness between the easy problems and the hard problem. The easy problems consider how the brain processes stimuli, integrates information, and controls behavior. These are easy only in the sense that we have a clear path to solving them through neuroscience. On the other hand, the hard problem asks why and how does physical matter give rise to conscious experience at all? Why doesn't the brain just function like a complex, dark computer without an internal viewer? Then there is the integrated information theory, which suggests that consciousness is a fundamental property of any system that has a high degree of integrated information. According to this view, consciousness isn't just in humans. It exists on a spectrum wherever information is woven together in a complex, unified way. A friend of mine, Reverend Dr. Carol Carnes, was recently speaking and said that all sentient beings, insects, people, animals, trees, and plants, have enough consciousness to be what they are, holding the integrity of the intention of who they are. They have one thing in common. They are successful in living their intention of experience of life on planet Earth. By these standard definitions, yes, all sentient beings are conscious. If a being can feel pain, sentience, it must have a subjective internal space where that pain is felt. And that internal experience is the very definition of consciousness. The horse existed in the state of being awake and aware of his surroundings and existence, referring to consciousness. I have had clients ask me if I believe all living things have consciousness. If I agree with integrated information theory and my friend Carol, then yes. Then usually comes the next question. If my plants are conscious, then they can hear me when I speak to them. Do they feel pain when I clip them or no thirst when I forget to water them? In the last episode, I spoke about telepathy and how spirit communicates with me. I'm here to say that I hear my plants when they tell me when they need water. I will say the plant's consciousness is limited to their intention. If they had more, they would be able to tell me what is wrong when they are ill. My understanding is there's now an app for that. But in all seriousness, in spiritual traditions, consciousness and sentience are often viewed not as biological accidents, but as the fundamental essence of the universe itself. While science often looks from the bottom up, matter creating mind, spirituality typically looks from the top down, consciousness creating matter. In many Eastern philosophies, consciousness is not something produced by the brain. Instead, it is the primary fabric of reality. There is a great metaphor that I like. It's called the ocean metaphor, where individual sentient beings are often described as waves in an ocean. Each wave has a distinct shape and experience, sentience, but it is made of the same water, universal consciousness. In spiritual terms, a sentient being is often viewed as a lens through which the universe experiences itself. Many traditions suggest that while consciousness is present in everything, sentient beings provide a more complex tuner to express that consciousness. There's another metaphor that helps to describe this. It's called the mirror metaphor. It states that if consciousness is like sunlight, sentient beings are like mirrors of varying clarity. A dog, a bird, and a human all reflect the same light, but the complexity of their sentience determines how much of that light can be reflected and recognized. My apologies for the brief interruption. I'd like to thank you for listening. And if you've made it this far, chances are you're enjoying what you're hearing. And if that's the case, we have a quick favor to ask. The single best way you can support the show is by hitting that subscribe or follow button right now, wherever you listen. Subscribing is totally free, and it means you'll never miss a moment of Afterlife Conversations we share. So, go ahead, tap subscribe. Thanks again for listening. Many indigenous spiritualities suggest that consciousness isn't limited to sentient beings, as defined by biology. In these views, rivers, mountains, and stars possess a form of consciousness. Sentience is simply the point at which that consciousness becomes animated and capable of subjective feeling and movement. New Thought teaches that there is only one infinite intelligence or divine mind. Often we refer to this as God, Spirit, or Source. Everything in the material world is seen as an effect of this one mind, cause. Consciousness is not something humans have. It is what we are. Through our thoughts and beliefs, we manifest and express our reality. As Erica got older, fewer and fewer visits to the grandparents occurred. The horse expressed his loneliness in the later years and shared how he died. It was not a painful death. He laid down on his hay under his lean-to one night, closed his eyes, and was gone. At the end of the reading, I could feel what the horse felt in that moment. I became overwhelmed with the feeling of sadness, then overcome with such gratitude for the love Erica had shared. The visual guided meditation today focuses on our own sentience, but also our connectedness to all other sentient beings. When we open ourselves up to the belief that consciousness is present in all, then it becomes easier for us to know that we are merely an expression of one greater consciousness. Find a comfortable position. Close your eyes. Begin by bringing your awareness to your breath. Feel the cool air enter your nostrils and the warm air as it leaves your body. Visualize a tiny, brilliant spark of light located in the center of your chest. This spark represents your sentience, your unique capacity to feel, to sense, and to be aware. As you breathe, see this spark grow brighter. It illuminates your internal world, highlighting your thoughts, your heartbeat, and the physical sensations of your body. Acknowledge this. I am presence. This is your personal window into reality. Now, imagine that spark beginning to pulse. With every pulse, it sends out a soft, golden ripple of light that extends beyond your skin. As this light expands, visualize it touching other sentient beings near you. Perhaps it reaches a pet sleeping in the room, a bird in a tree outside, a plant on your windowsill, or a neighbor. See their own sparks of light ignite as yours touches them. Notice that while their sparks have different colors or rhythms, the light itself is identical to yours. They too feel the warmth of the sun, the pull of hunger, and the instinct for life. In this space, you are no longer a solitary observer. You are part of a shared web of feeling. Let the golden ripples expand even further until they cover the entire earth. See the planet glowing with billions of tiny lights. Humans, animals, even the subtle consciousness of the forests and the oceans. Now shift your perspective. Instead of seeing billions of separate sparks, imagine the background, the darkness of the universe is actually a vast, luminous ocean of consciousness. You realize that your individual spark isn't a separate light. It is a localized whirlpool in this great ocean. You are an expression of the whole, experiencing itself through your specific senses. Take a moment and fall into the feeling and float in the universe of wholeness. As you prepare to return to your day, hold on to this realization. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. When you are ready, gently wiggle your fingers and toes and open your eyes to a world that is no longer outside of you, but a part of you. When you look at another sentient being today, whether a person, an insect, or a tree, silently acknowledge them by thinking, I recognize the one consciousness in you. Feel the powerful energy in mind that connects you to all things. You don't have to explain it. Just stay open, stay aware, and stay connected. Thanks for being here on Afterlife Conversations. If this stirred something in you, subscribe, share it, or reach out to me at johnnybruce.com. I'd love to know what came through you in your stillness. Until next time, trust your inner knowing, and remember, the universe speaks to us. Keep listening. That voice in your head may not always be your own.